Freedom is a choice, and so many people decide not to be free. I'm a free man and I can think freely. I think we're crazy. Coolest reasons. Honestly, I think we're just happy. I wish I could go to Neverland. I could be young forever. I could be a lost boy who found their souls.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Trump pardoning, what's his name, Xi Jinping or whatever, right as Bitcoin hits support. We're going to look at that. We're going to do an in-depth look on the 60-minute, 4-hour. It's interesting that buyers were defending, maybe CZ was defending key supports, and the meme is here that Trump pardoned CZ for holding 107 a couple times on the 60-minute. And now on the 4-hour, you can see that 109.358. It seems like they just back tested it as support, and you're holding above it. nearly 110, less than an hour to go till the daily close. So just kind of starting the stream with Tesla because I think it's really crazy what they did on this one. Right? We've just anything above $400 is amazing, but 414.50. If you don't know what 414.50 is, you just look left. You just look at the old all-time high right there. November 4th, 2021. They gapped it down this morning on, it was I think they had a bottom beat, top miss. Record levels of cash flow, but they took it right to that support, and then the bids came in, and then it rallied off the lows under, I think, 9%. 8.5% off the lows. So what a day. Short sellers, saw a couple in the general chat. I hope they closed their positions because that was freaking wild. That was the highest daily candle close since the 6th. And you just got to wonder. It's also buyers recapturing 439.75, which is like a definite swing high from January 17th of this year. So they broke that resistance. So I wonder if that's going to manifest into anything like us hitting the second target of the trade setup, 488.68, the all-time high from December. So really nice candle. Another thing that's really cool is Intel reported earnings, and my God, man, hold on. It's not as crazy. It is crazy, but thought it was going to be crazier. Up 7.78%. Right, the huge breakaway gap already on news. And then this, the buyers recaptured 34, 46, 35, 89. Key support resistance from history, sideways consolidation, and this like up a lot now. Was it top to bottom beat, I think? Yeah, it certainly was. And just targeting for $42 to $43 now. The next big resistance support. That's a huge deal. If they break that, man, it's going to be a quick ride to 51.50, 54.84. I think an old 2001 high, 2000 high. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to test that next. And, yeah, I mean, the composite operator accumulated, so a markup phase, I mean, way higher eventually. Looking at that monthly, we were up, we had that bullish dragon. We looked at this literally yesterday. What an insane dragon. And Caligon the Black. Huge volume. And just one last resistance support to go. That goes back to 1999, excuse me, a swing high reversal. And then the major swing low from 2017 all the way to 2020. So that would be your huge breakout point. But they're breaking out of they're confirming the dragon pattern after hours if it sustains. Okay. Very nice. Okay. So I just want to look at those. Wanted to look at those real quick. Nothing really notable in the Mag 7.
Hope you had a great B-Day, Mitch. What's the TA for Hamburger Helper?
Does Yum own that? Who owns Hamburger Helper again? Pathian, thanks so much for the 20. If you give me a ticker, we can look at Hamburger Helper. Thank you, dude. Someone find out who owns them. Yeah, see the whole CZ thing, man. The World Liberty, which is the Trump stock and their company, it's very sketchy. Yeah, it benefits the Trumps greatly for CZ to be pardoned. So we're gonna leave it at that. Save the markets, I guess. The altcoins don't look any better. I mean, they're up, of course. Ethereum's up 1%. XRP's up 1%. That they haven't done anything that would definitively change the diatribe I went on yesterday about them. They still all look like garbage. Bitcoin was just hanging on by a thread. And again, a news-driven catalyst like that propped up the market, but we're still not out of the woods, right? We still could be looking at liquidity grabs, last points of supply, but more recent price action at this key level. Wow, they really did hold it. We were looking at yesterday making fun of it, but then it started running last night. It's like, okay, I mean, this is it. This is the last chance, last friggin' chance for Bitcoin here. It's either this is where it pivots and holds with confirmation and we're going to all-time highs, or soon we're just going to put in another lower high than the high we had October 21st, and it's over. We're going to be heading down to 100K. So I think the resolution is impending here. All right. So we can just look at Binance Coin, because that was just insane, man. Didn't move. I mean, it's up 5%. That's it, though. It's a catalyst candle. Still testing the supply line of the channel. And that's it. I just going for the highest daily close since October 16th. All right. Not that notable. And the altcoins, not that notable. Let's look at Bitcoin so you can really see here. It's not so much about the daily. Daily is important. I mean, you are getting a bullish engulfing candle. As of yesterday at close, the traders settled up lower than the 200-day simple moving average. That was bad. And so today we're going to be nullifying that. No big deal. Recapturing 108.4, 108.5, 109.358. Both great levels, important levels. But it's not enough. Okay. Where it really was interesting was actually the 60 freaking minute, man. I tweeted about this. I first posted the Patreon Citadel. It was just unreal. They took this thing to the verge, and this level has been plotted for, I believe, over a year. I have not touched this inflection zone. And they tested it, and then, you know, it was just bull crap, drawdown, and then it's over, dude. It's over yesterday in the evening. And then a doji, and then an engulfing candle. And then it was just, what, 8 out of 9, 9 out of 10 hours of just positive. And then the CZ news after. And now the 109.358 level is being regarded as support. It's like, no way. Holy crap. You were staring down the barrel of it's over multiple times. And really what's crazy about it is you look at it like, okay, that's confirmation low, but it's really 4-hour confirmation low with a lower low double bottom. So this is one low, and then this is the second low. The second failed attempt from sellers to break this zone. So a lower low double bottom can perform extremely well. And if you're above 109.358 and you're correlating positively in the past few hours here, this is an insane development. And it just happened in the past like 24 hours. Maybe 26 on the first test. Or whatever. Maybe it was like 30 hours or 36 hours. I don't know. But that is just ridiculous. So if it's real like this, that means, like, I hope it's real. You know, I'm always hoping that the argument for the bulls and buyers is, like, valid, but you know, it's a little less significant on the daily. That all is happening on 60 minute. Holy crap. So you're technically safe. You're not dead yet till 106 breaks. Then there's literally zero argument to own Bitcoin because 100K is on deck. So let's just pray to God that after this engulfing candle is confirmed in 43 minutes, maybe the exact thing that happens tomorrow is they test 109.358 successfully, and then we start running immediately. One last level of adversity is 112. They're going to have to break that. They tried that a couple of days ago on the lower high. And until you're breaking that 114 level, you could just be doing more of the same bullcrap. But at least on the lesser time scales, there's some higher lows and there's positive price action correlation to inflection zones. So you didn't really have that. It's all about the levels, man. It's about the ifs. And unfortunately, I mean, this is great for Bitcoin. Absolutely, like the road to recovery. If you want to see all-time highs by end of year, the things that happened in the past 36 hours or whatever on the 60 minute had to happen. Oh my God, it had to. But I'm just like, Ethereum can't do anything yet. This is not good enough. That's like not good enough at all. Are you kidding me? Like nothing's changed with Ethereum. Nothing. It's kind of absolutely worse now. What's going on, man? I can't get rid of my alerts. Dude, just sorry. I don't like having alerts on any asset during the stream because they're lines and they kind of make this chart busier than it needs to be. But that, dude, what are they doing? They're confirming the resistance support as resistance perfectly and selling off, and that's it? While Bitcoin's doing the opposite, confirming levels as support once and twice and holding. It's opposite world. Hard to make sense of that, you know, because it's like, hey, Bitcoin rallies, man. Like, all the altcoins will be fine. They're going to rally too. Or I guess the topic today is like Bitcoin rallied, defended supports, and Ethereum's just doing a bearish back test of key level. So, okay, so that's bad. Still terrible. Like, you have to recapture 3950. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Can you please check out our long daily/weekly long-term hold?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, American Airlines, like a stupid sized M-shape type 2 return on the monthly. Forget the weekly, daily. Yeah, one would just have a position of that. Nothing crazy, dude. Nothing that's going to make you even think about it, lose sleep over it, because it's going to take forever to play out, but someone could consider it almost a generational bottom on AAL because of the size of the structure. I mean, we're talking M-shaped. It's like Ford Motors Gartley back from 2008 to 2020, where that thing went on an insane run. So we'll look at it. Thank you, dude. I don't know what to tell you, man. Ethereum, that's not like anything better. If Bitcoin keeps running, of course, somehow, some way, Ethereum will recapture 3950. But for now, what do you want me to do when we don't have that data yet? The data has to be we're above it, and we're holding above it, and we don't look like garbage locally. And let's look at XRP. There's absolutely nothing that has changed from yesterday outside of, oh, we didn't collapse because Bitcoin rallied off supports on the 60-minute, 4-hour. Nothing about this is good. Up 1.28%. Nothing burger. Still in the dead middle of a range and waiting for lower prices probably. But see, the thing is, if Bitcoin runs to like 112, 113, what happens to XRP? It might go to 250. It could go to 260. None of it will matter until they make a higher high than the previous thermal swing high, which is over $3. Weird. It's a very weird market because your altcoins look so bad still, and Bitcoin has there's a one last chance for a risk management trading plan where you could stop loss below 106, maybe 107, and then let this thing ride to all-time highs. That's the setup. It's very simple. There's no setup on XRP. There's no setup right now on Ethereum until they recapture 3950. I don't want to tell you. Solana was great. It popped 6%, but it's still below the inflection zone. Still. A lot better than Ethereum, I guess, in terms of, wow, that's a nice engulfing candle. I hope there's follow through. But, dude, you got to break 198. You got to break back into this channel that they're just regarding as resistance now. I mean, a lot of work to be done here. But a good start, just trading below levels you need to be above to be excited again. I guess this is in better shape just because it's up 6%. And the engulfing candle is a little bit more convincing than Ethereum. And XRP doesn't have an engulfing candle. It's just crap. We're going to look to BNB. So those are your major cryptos. Now we'll look at total. We'll ask Jonathan how his opinions changed. Jonathan, what do you think about this engulfing candle they're trying to paint? Oh, well, 2.09%.
I like turtles.
All right. Well, we talked about no argument below 3.62, 3.67. Well, they recaptured 3.62, but now it's like we need these altcoins probably to rally to be able to recapture 3.67 trillion, and then we might be okay. But see, it's just the more controversy. Like, look, the swing low, the swing low. It's still a swing high. It's being regarded as resistance, even with the engulfing candle. So there's more work to be done here. There just is. So, all right, holding, but weird how there's just kind of no argument. Things just look kind of bearish on the daily for these majors. And then Bitcoin looks like, oh, there's a chance. There's actually a chance if what we're seeing on the 60-minute plays out for real. Man, what a world. Okay, so maybe we should look at Bitcoin dominance, because I think that's extremely relevant right now. My God. Look where you're at, man.
Bueller.
Up against 60%. Market cap dominance.
Carl tipped $25. Carl's back again.
What's up,
Let's
Carl,
take
man?
a look at $Ocean/USD.
Ocean.
What are those volume thumpers on the daily?
Bro, who cares? It's Ocean. It's another scam from scammy people. Bro, we should create a crypto named Ocean, man. Yeah, let's do it, bro. What's the working product and service, that you will commit to the world? Oh, it doesn't matter, bro. Ocean's just a cool name. Everyone's creating cryptos. That's Ocean Coin, dude. Doesn't matter. But yeah, we'll look at it, certainly. Thanks so much for the 25, bro. Thank you so much, man. I don't know, on the cusp here, 60% is a mega level. Swing low. Dude, you see how real it is? It's not an opinion. This is where Bitcoin dominance is, right? Freaking there. Major reversals have occurred at this point. Right there. So if they can recapture that, Bitcoin would continue to outperform. But it's slow and methodical. You wonder, can they make a higher high than the bear flag top, which is like 62.57%? It's just going to be a weird world. Well, actually, I don't know. Because, right, if somehow buyers defended successfully 107, confirmation low on the 4-hour, 60-minute, and now it's holding 109.308. If it's actually going to run higher and the bottom's in, well, then Bitcoin would outperform first. You'd be running like, 115, 16, 20, 24. And it would be outperforming everything. And then Bitcoin dominance will be running probably to 61.55% again. Altcoins would run, but they would just perform in line or less, worse than Bitcoin itself. And then maybe by the time you get to one of those points, the altcoins, the confidence maybe comes back in the market, and then altcoins run after. But I don't know, man. This is a whacked out market we're dealing with right now. So just pay attention, up against big time resistance. Have an alert set up. We should all do that. Okay. Dude, Ocean has so much use case, bro. Yeah, 36 million S coins. You're convincing literally no one. We're done. We're not listening to you or any of your scams. That's what happened, man. Hey, man, there were a couple good it doesn't matter. You know what's crazy? If you had a crypto that produced a good worldly service, it wouldn't matter. It's the boy who cried wolf. Super Saiyan steroids. No one cares anymore. Too many losers have ruined it. So no one's going to commit. All right? At the same time, even if your favorite Beanie Baby that does help people, it doesn't matter, unregulated, global market, no SEC. Say that scam coin that you love so much is doing great. They're actually making money providing a service or goods. It doesn't matter because they don't have to share the profits with you, the coin holder. Nothing compels them to. Nothing.
One Up Kick super chatted $49.99. Can you not look at Ocean?
Please clap.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on, what the... Carl? What do you have to say to one-up kicks, man? Anyway, you just have to have that mentality in this market. If you don't, you will get destroyed. You will be a pig laid out to slaughter. If you do not have the mentality I'm talking about, you have to look. Crypto is a scammy, unregulated market that is based, its price action is based only on speculation and momentum. Well, what's momentum? Trends, trending. Okay, well, Ethereum lately locally has been not trending well since it hit an all-time high. Incredible in August. I mean, that's so awesome, man. After a phenomenal run. Yeah. But lately, you haven't been seeing the momentum has been shifting into the hands of the sellers, and then it becomes more evident with the lower lows and then the lower high. And then now, like, bearish price action correlation to a key level. Look what happened in July. They tested that level that we're looking at right now, and it rolled over to at least 33.74. They're doing it again. Another test today successfully. So momentum's important. If you can start identifying slightly higher lows, higher highs, reaccumulation structures, that's how momentum shifts back into the hands of the buyers. So you're just kind of waiting on that. And I think speculation, you need inflows. And it hasn't happened. Like, the inflows are institutional, and they were going mainly for Bitcoin and Ethereum and not really anything else. So, because it's not 2021, there's no fraud, there's no Mashinsky and SBF and the money printing. But here's the thing that's crazy. All right, one thing that happened today, of course, right? Whole market pretty much rallied off of it. Federal Reserve looks like it looks like there's an 80% chance of 3 more interest rate cuts this year, 2025. Cut interest rates while everything's like S&P is about to hit all-time highs this maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. So you're cutting interest rates. And then the Fed said that they will print, after they're done cutting those interest rates by end of year or end of November, they will be printing $1.5 trillion. And was it yesterday? The U.S. deficit hit a record of $38 trillion. We are now in debt. So we're just going to add on another $1.5 trillion. So with all that money printing, there's a chance that your favorite scam coin of all time could catch some bids. But I think you're probably better off with larger market cap stuff and maybe traditional markets. But yeah, dude, you want to play Ocean and Pundy Coin and whatever all the other scams are, by all means. It would just be nice to recapture 39.50, to put in some higher lows, to see a bullish structure develop. It'd be so nice. But yeah, anyway, momentum and speculation drive crypto. Sentiment was pretty freaking awful for alts up until, oh my God, the scammer of all scam coin. He's like, all right, who is the wielder of the sword of 1,000 S coins behind me? I mean, if it's anyone, it's literally CZ in Binance. He's it. So he's the king. So he was just pardoned. So he now wields the sword again. I mean, like, I think like 180, 190. I try to go, I weigh like 190 pounds, maybe 195. So I just try to match it. I know people say it's controversial. You don't need that much, bro. You probably don't. And sometimes I don't maybe get exactly 190 grams, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. Wish your chicken things to 690, dude. All right. Let's look at the S&P 500 real quick. We got 27 minutes till the daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button below. So thanks for being here. You know what S&P 500 today did? It, in fact, made, you won't believe it, the second highest daily candle close in the history of this chart. GTEC. Get out. Well, whatever you mean by that, we'll look at it. That's all I can say. 28 money. Thanks so much, dude. Kings, dude. All right, second highest daily candle close on Spider ever. Again, that's what I'm saying. Maybe by tomorrow. And then we got 3 interest rates coming, most likely. 80% chance. And then money printing after that. I think and then what's also insane, I think you have over 7 trillion with a T, 7 trillion, I think $7.4 trillion sitting in money market accounts right now. So what's going to happen when they're printing all that money, interest rates are getting cut, and that 4%, 3%, well, it's going to go low. Think about those money market accounts. It's going to be no longer viable for their money. It's not viable right now. IMO, toxic. It's toxic right now because I don't think 3 or 4% on your money is going to be, it's enough right now to keep up with inflation, monetary debasement or whatever, but when you get another 0.75%, 75 basis points, interest rates lowered, those banks are going to be giving you less yield on your money sitting cash in those accounts. So tons of that money is going to be like, why would I have my money here? I need to find another way to outrun inflation or monetary debasement or to keep up with it. So where are they going to go? Maybe real estate, because interest rates today hit the lowest level in a year for mortgage rates. Maybe, but elevated prices still, it's insane. I don't think how can the real estate prices actually go down in this environment now when mortgage rates are going down? More people are going to be inclined to, hey, the people that couldn't participate in owning debt now can. So that means more demand for houses all of a sudden. Okay, so why would the prices go down? I don't think they will. So overinflated real estate market as it is. Okay, so people can't, or maybe not real estate. All right, well, where? Gold, silver? Shoot, dude, parabola. I mean, insanely gone. What is it? Gold's up, added like almost $8 trillion market cap year to date. So insane. Silver's crazy too. Maybe it's going to go into equities. Maybe it's going to go into your favorite Beanie Baby, but we just know there's it's like a time bomb. And that money, that $7.4 trillion, the hand is going to be forced to move it from there to maybe risk on assets. And maybe this was all, the whole purpose of this was to create a bubble we've never seen before. Making 1999, 2021, 1929 all look like effing jokes. If you got a thesis that's different than like what I just talked about, please tell me. Like, that's not, all these things going on is not real. I don't know. So S&P on the verge of breaking to all-time highs again. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if, S&P futures, we hear a beep tonight. An all-time high beep. You're that close. So anyway, just going on a rant talking about, beyond technical analysis. Dow Jones, nice little recovery today at 0.31%. It's your third highest daily candle close in human history, if you can even believe it. Still in the channel, holding up so much demand on the Dow Jones that the sellers couldn't even test the old all-time highs. Well, they already have, right? Remember the double dragonfly? Beautiful. Tweezer, all combined. Too much demand. So just rallying back in the channel. And just waiting on 1272 fib extension, $47,370. After that, 48.5. That seems like a good target. Top of the channel, overbought in the uptrend. So yeah, chip flipper. It's just the things I just discussed are just reality. It's where we are. And it's like the only major crash that's unfolding is your purchasing power. That and chat, you wouldn't even believe it. CSGO, Counter-Strike, a video game that has been renowned and around for a very, very long time. There was, if you don't know, there was an extremely complex and viable store value system economy on that game, where you could collect game skins, which is like, hey, look, you have a knife and the skin's different, or it's a type of weapon, and they would hold value very well up until today. Today is the reckoning of the past 15 plus 20 years of a viable economy, where over in a moment, the devs of the game release, they patch the game, which happens all the time, but they've now made it easier to convert crappier items. They can now become higher end items, and that killed the market. So CSGO arbitrage bros are literally ruined. You can imagine there are plenty of kids out there that like have been playing this market for a decade plus, and their life just got overturned. Insane. It's over for CSGO bros. It just is. But in the end, how about $1.8 billion gone from the CSGO economy? Really? Oh my God. Yeah, it's true. That is the OG NFT market, and it was viable till the devs did something. See, be careful what you wish for, guys. The devs did something. Yeah, pardon the CSGO bros. All right, because they deserve it. My God, they just didn't know. No one knew. You just wonder what was going on behind that. So, all right, let's go to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, it was fourth, fifth, sixth highest daily candle close ever. Who cares? The channel's so godlike. It's Carlman.
Carl tipped $25. Consistency, a fixed rate. Can we look at dollar path also?
What's up, Carl? Thanks so much, dude, for the 25 to 50 on the day, I believe. We'll look at path. Consistency is a fixed rate. Tell me more. What do you mean, Carl? Sounds super philosophical. He's a philosophizer now. Thank you, dude. Well, you got a really nice like engulfing candle. Pretty much covered the entire candle. And poised to mark up again by the looks of it. If they're all holding this, they took it down right near the oversold threshold of the uptrend, and now you're at the heart line, the fair market value of the trend. And if you break that, it just seems like 23,550 is in the cards. I mean, who's going to drive that? Apple's going to drive that. It's going to be a big contributor. Microsoft definitely looks like it's trying to get going again after correcting, late July. They had that crazy earnings, and it's been in correction mode ever since, but putting in confirmation lows. That could be, two market drivers, right? Two of the three largest market cap assets in the world. I don't think Tesla's big enough at all, market cap wise, to be a contributor. I mean, it would help, but I think it's mainly going to be Apple and Microsoft and possibly Nvidia. Nvidia is still struggling below key level. We're going to look at the Mag 7 in a second, but my God, how wonderful is this? They never lost level, and if you took it to the 1618, there's still some good upside here. I hope it happens, man. 2.79 all the way to 3.4% to hit overbought in this channel you've been confined in, really, I think, since May. Wonderful. Trend is friend. IWM, nice little rally, up 1.27%, up a little bit after hours. Again, we talked about this doesn't even matter. You could go to 234 and still be wonderful. Too much demand right now in these small caps. This could be, you wonder, it is a good thing to think about. We talked about all the stuff going on with the money market account, the ticking time bomb. They're going to have to shift their money from that to somewhere else. Well, then maybe people are going to be saying, why not some small caps? Why not Mag 7 have been dominating. Why not a broader market rally moving forward? Well, this could be a great chart for that. The IWM could be price discovery. The small cap names could be the key to the city for where some of that money market account allocation is going to shift to. Small caps, maybe. Think about it, right? Think about where that money's going to go. Maybe looking at some smaller cap names with value, with setups, right? Some higher lows, maybe accumulation structures. Chat. Maybe if you're scanning, everyone out there in here, maybe it would behoove us to scan for small caps. I have a Russell 2000 like watch list of the heaviest weighted assets on the Russell 2000. There's 2,000 names, man. I can't do it by myself. You're going to help me here, okay? So maybe we start looking for those and start requesting some of those. Because, dude, you are currently, right now as I'm speaking to you today, you're back above the 2021 and 2024 all-time highs. You just are very strong. Price discovery, the small cap's going to run. All right. So there you have it. Those are the big four, the index funds. And then so gold real quick. That, well, it finally paused, you know. We had to pause. We got 16 minutes of daily close, and, you know, we're going to pay attention. Bitcoin's still trading above 109,358, which is really important. It would be better to be above 112. Time will tell. So on this, right, no structure, no edge. Who knows? Went and has been going absolutely berserk for so long. I don't know, like if it's me and my money's been sitting in a money market account, high yield savings account, and they're going to cut interest rates, so the bank's going to be hitting me up with emails. Sorry, dude. The interest rates are going lower. We're paying you less. I just don't know how I can, in my right mind, take that money and throw it into gold looking at a chart like this. It's just crazy. It's just insane to me. I mean, of course, like a little bit maybe to diversify. Yeah, I have some metals, bro, too. But at this point, like you had your chance a long time ago. At any point, like this Mitch Ray TA gold coin, dude. Zeke, our master metalsmith in our community, he created this for me. I think gold was at like $2,400. Just like, what? And now we're at 41.15 after hitting almost 4,400, if not 44. It was like 43.78. And it's just like, there were better times, man, to mess around with gold. Now you're just in la land. So that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe we think about the small caps, look through those 2,000 and find, you know, maybe the best setups. You know, we find Bulkowski patterns, harmonics, type 2 returns, bullish divergence, slightly low double bottoms at key supports from history. All those things that we look for. Maybe that's where we should probably be scanning. And, you know, I'm sure there are other ones that they don't have to be small cap, right? But I just wonder if it's going to be the continuation of dominance of the mega market cap assets, or if it's going to be broader. Broader would be healthier, I guess. But there's just no telling. Could be all of it, man. Like Nvidia probably make fresh all-time high. Google strong. They're trying to break to all-time. I mean, you're up against an all-time high. They're trying. They can't do it the past few days. Okay, silver. Another one that's just gone. No opportunity. No craziness to this in terms of swing traders paradise. We're just staring at an asset that went berserk, made all-time highs, pulled back, and they're holding on to a weekly all-time high from 2011, 47.90. To lose that, yeah, you're probably going to $44, maybe even lower. There's not much here, straight up, straight down. So hopefully they can hold on to this and you attempt to rally here. I would not be surprised. You know, because typically if bigger corrections or consolidation structures develop after a drawdown, they'll attempt to rally, put in a lower high locally and then roll over, or a slightly higher high and roll over. So, okay, you know, your metals. Oh, and I pinged y'all. I pinged the entire Discord. My alert went off. Real quick, let's take a gander. What was the ticker? Oh, AW. I knew it was AW. I typed it in. It didn't generate. Something is going on. I don't know why. Oh, there it is. It wasn't generating. The complex inverse head and shoulders on the Bloomberg Commodity Index futures. My alert went off, but it looks like they maybe didn't close. It's kind of like, where is it seems like that's it. You closed like right at it, man. Or you didn't close at it. It still says 18 hours and change. Weird. Oh, because it's the weekly. Sorry. You have 18 hours, 51 minutes of the weekly close. So it's up against a mega breakout. Have you seen an inverse head and shoulders this symmetrical and beautiful before? I haven't. I don't think I ever have. Maybe on gold you had it a little bit in 2016 to 2018, 19. But dude, this is so beautiful. And so the question is, which commodities are going to drive the breakout? And there's nothing looking left really if you break this structure. So continue to pay attention. Please continue. The money, that $7.4 trillion is going to have to move, reallocate. Maybe commodities might be some of the answer. Things to think about. Just wanted to keep you apprised because this is an ongoing situation. The size of the structure is crazy, dude. A 966-day large inverse, complex inverse head and shoulders. Wow. Gorgeous, dude. On the weekly to like, yeah, you're back above that 200-week simple moving average as well. Man. Probably above the other ones too, 50. Yeah, way above the 50. You'll eventually get a golden cross. You're above all the moving averages right now on a really significant time scale. But on the monthly, it's... Oh my God, dude. The monthly is just... It's freaking art, man. What a structure. And so the thing is, like, what were they doing on the monthly? So you had that like swing low. It's like in a zone, a little zone here. Let me show you right there. This goes back to 2014 and 15. These swing lows developed, and then you got the test here for the all-time high. And then they lost it. Buyers recaptured. Then they reconfirmed its validity not once, but twice on that, second shoulder, that first shoulder, right shoulder. And then a higher low, so much demand that the sellers were unable to go test that level again. You see it? They failed. Too much demand. 3 months now. An entire quarter of just green. And now on breakout alert watch, whatever. And the thing is, 7 days, 19 hours till the highest monthly candle close since January of 2023. So that's kind of what's going on here. That $96, $98 threshold. Sick. Okay. But dude, could you look at Pundy Coin? Thanks. Someone go ahead and do it. Tip and do it, man. Make me look at Pundy Coin.
Hey Mitch, how's about Palantir?
How's about? Well, that one's been gone too. It's consolidating in La La Land. We can look at it. Thank you, dude. Okay, let's look at these Mag 7s if you want. The market drivers. We looked at Tesla already. Let's look at Amazon up 1.44%. We discussed a couple things here. To hold above 216, it could all have been a bad dream. We might be all right. Got to recapture 227, 228. That previous swing high that could be a distribution signature. But here's the thing. It's starting to pull a little Bitcoin. It might be a local low. It could be a dragon. They could be like painting an effing dragon pattern right here at this key 216. It's not a joke, man. It's a very real level. It's just a little zone here. You can see it, right? The swing high, the swing low, the swing high, the swing low. It's a dragon, kind of. And then the spine, the dragon spine, they have not broken it. So it's a potential dragon on Amazon. We talked about like macros too freaking bullish for a bearish structure like this to do anything, to get going. Like here's your performance. This is as good as it gets maybe. So if you're above 215, you're all right on Amazon, but you do need to make higher highs. So it was a good day today on it. I mean, up 1.44%, and You're above the 200 moving average again. All right. So like for any Amazon bro, really, if you care about this asset, if you are above 214, you're safe. If you're above 107 on Bitcoin, you're safe. Below those levels, you no longer have an argument to own the asset. It's that simple. All right. I hope the dragon plays out. Whatever, for everyone's sake. Nvidia up 1%, but not good enough. They have been struggling below 183.40 for a while, that high from July 31st. Such a real resistance. It was a support even October 6th, but you're below it. You're still below it, testing it, but you did kind of engulf today. And so that's a big level. I mean, to break 183.40 could very well have serious consequences, and there's an unfilled gap just at 188.27. So you're just hoping everyone have their alert set up maybe at like 184. To hear that alert go off would signify a potential breakout unfolding on Nvidia. Gotta break that, man. It was like kind of a range, 164, 183.40, and you're just back at the top of the range. You gotta break it. Otherwise, you keep failing like this. Eventually, buyers relent, you sell off, and probably, hopefully, make a higher low again before running and testing it. So that's Nvidia. A good day, decent day, but you gotta break 183.40. All right, Google. They're really struggling. You had the bull flag breakout, but Bulkowski would say not so fast, my friend, because the breakout is not real, in his opinion, until they break the top of the flag, which they can't. But the good news is maybe today you had a bullish inside bar. Bullish inside bar, maybe. Bullish doji inside bar. I hope so. I mean, I want to see Google go to 300. That'd be great, but a little bias because it's our old baby, isn't it? Graduated to varsity athlete into major league, NFL, whatever. So 256 the level to break on this. You can't do it, but up 0.76%. Up pretty much at the highs of day where you were intraday. That's where you are after hours, and maybe driven by Intel earnings or something positive correlated there. So everyone should have their alert set up around 257.39. You hear that alert, it's an all-time high, but it's also a mega breakout that they first manufactured this resistance September 19th. So we're talking over a month now. Okay, let's go to Apple. Apple, dude. So I'm thinking like Apple, I believe, would be a culprit of the continuation of price discovery on these index funds. Yeah, I mean, they made an all-time high 2 days ago, pulled back, just hit the heart line of this channel, bounced, gapped up, and just closed up 0.44%, just right at a little below the all-time high from December. And once that breaks, man, there's going to be a news-driven catalyst or something. You head on up to 284. You're thinking maybe $300 target eventually on Apple. It's going to follow Google. It's going to do what Google did. Oh, it's a really nice channel, bro. Test. Then just some news is going to come out. Boom, just gone. I think it's a similar situation. And it will, again, money will maybe rotate because this one has been playing catch up all freaking year. Okay, Apple, hype in the chat. Patience, and I think will be way higher in time. Meta, really disappointing. I'm rooting for Meta, man. I want them to break the old overhead resistance from February. That's the old all-time high. I want them to. They can't. 3 days now, they failed. It's going to take some sort of news-driven catalyst, maybe. It takes something. There's supply here, certainly. And that's it. I don't know what the consequences will be there. You got to get some follow through after kind of. I mean, that's like a really bearish candle, but insane macro, like unbeatable macro conditions. Trump is waiting to tweet. Anything bad happens, he's waiting to tweet. Sometimes he commits bad tweets to dump the market just to pump it by Monday. So it is going into the weekend. We might get some effery tomorrow. Don't we have some sort of economic data coming out tomorrow? Or is that next week? I can't remember. Let me know. And then we'll look at the last, the Mag 7. It was flat today. Microsoft, I mean, it's still valid. Potential reaccumulation going on. I mean, they might step it up on this and go for a retest of the golden mean ratio, 543.97. It's certainly a market driver. Second highest weighted average of the S&P 500 to NVIDIA being number 1. Both together make up like 15% of all the S&P. The dream team. CPI's tomorrow. There you go. Here we go, man. Dump this S or pump it. All right, so we got to the Mag 7. There was one more thing that was going on that was freaking nuts. And I don't even know how it ended. It was quantum computers. They were wrecked. It was over for them. And then they were back. And the amount of volatility going on now is you are at the casino. In fact, you went to the casino and they have a secret back room where there are more casinos inside the casino. That's where you are on QBTS and RGTI and IONQ and the others. Because it's just news and pumps and dumps and no structure. You're impulsing down. You could be over, but they're pumping it. Yeah, man, good luck. 13.8% up and then up 6.41% after hours. Insane. It is truly like gambling. If you're looking to go fresh longs, there is no edge, right? You're just like, hey man, you might as well just bet on a game, bet on a football game. It's the same thing because there's nothing that discerns a win from a loss here with your money. You just, and there it is, chat. Jesus chimes. The daily candle is closed. Look on the lates. Up in the chat. We had a successful bullish back test. 109.358. It looks good. All right. QBTS and RGTI. Same thing. They're dumping and then they're pumping. News and then not news. It was like, oh, they're going to do it. Then it wasn't real. And it was like, okay, whatever. Las Vegas Sands up tremendously. Holy crap. What a freaking piercing line. I mean, it wasn't anywhere notable, but dude, what a dream. Learn your Japanese candlestick patterns. How about that piercing line? Big round of applause for that. Ushered it all in, man. So, wow, Las Vegas Sands, the recapturing level. Oh, you know, it might be, it's this massive structure, dude, that they're breaking back out of a little bit. This is the tale of harmonics. It had been, it was a meme. If you don't know, the coronavirus news broke the day that the completion of this Gartley occurred. It was unreal. I've never seen anything like it. Never. But anyway, you know, well, they piercing lined it virtually at the 200-day simple moving average. Psychotic, dude. So good news for entertainment and leisure, I guess. Hey, American Airlines, remember? Yeah, dude. If you give this is like, we've been talking about this. You're long as F right here. If, like, you don't have to be like crazy position or anything. But this is someone requested this, so it's one of the top gainers anyway. So forget the weekly. I know you requested it. It's the monthly. Dude, here it is. This is it. Humble beginnings with a U shape. Oh my God. The U shape. Volume signature, chat. Here we freaking go, dude. Just like ACHR, but on a more massive scale. G-Dog, you see in this S? The conclusion of the structure. The volume starts getting higher after your confirmation low. They're recapturing this key level from 2010, 2022. Just pay attention. You don't have to own a crap load, anything insane that would hurt, be negatively, impact your life negatively if it failed. But I'm saying to have just a little position, nothing crazy. Just for the sake of the monthly harmonic with the U-shaped volume. Something else, man. Targeting easily $19, $25. But if this resolves for real, you're looking at $57 just back at the top. And if you don't care about that, you say that's too high for me, just use some Fibonacci, right? The golden zone between 27.93 and 39.98. That'd be a good target zone long term to layer out. But you got all the makings of a velocity athlete on this, and on this type 2 return, really, you have confirmation, a confirmation low. I love it. All right. That's American Airlines. That's a request anyway, so we did it, man. Did anyone learn about the ticker? Did anyone get the ticker on Hamburger Helper? Hamburger Hoffen. There's only one hamburger in these offices, and his name is Hoffer. Hamburger Sparkasse. Well, you got a lot of German hamburgers, but no Hamburger Helper, sorry. Sheesh. Yes, Echo Leave, yes. All right, next request. So, Pathian, let me know if you got a ticker. Ocean Lab, or Ocean, whatever. Ocean Lab's a musician group or whatever, but Ocean, US dollar on the Doesn't Matter exchange. Yep. It's garbage as ever. As garbage as ever. I don't know. It's kind of stopped. So what are they doing? I can just say maybe 24.78, 25 cents swing high. 2022, 2023 is a low. They recaptured it. They tested it in June and just a lower high. Pathetic. Like dead market. And you're like, dude, it's an M shape. Yeah, well. Yeah, big old engulfing candle. It was up, dude. They did it. It was up 24% on the day. It was the highest daily candle close, really, probably since July 31st today. They recaptured the 200-day simple moving average. So if you're asking me about the setup, I'm not sure, man. I would just say let's just say it was going to run to the next level, maybe 38 cents. But probably 44 cents would be like, if I was looking at this like it wasn't this effed up garbage market, could just look at it like any other asset. I would think 44 cents would be your target. But it's just a crypto. Yeah, the sellers really tried to break this inflection zone that goes back to 2022. They tried. They failed. They really failed. So you're safe above 24.78 cents, and you're targeting for 44.78 cents if you're above that level. And that's all I can give you. Okay, Carl, man, sorry. Wish I could be more helpful, but you're asking about an asset that went up 24% today. So it's kind of rough. Oh, General Mills. Let's go to General Mills right now then, because Hamburger Helper was the first request anyway. General Mills no longer owns Hamburger Helper. Oh. Keanu, you see that? You don't want to see this chart. Maybe this is because they don't own Hamburger Helper. Good God. Look what they've done. Oh, no. Very bad, boys. Very bad on Hamburger Helper. Well, not Hamburger Helper. Inverse. General Mills here, dudes. $50, 49.72. Look what they've done. What have they done to this? Look at that bearish back test of this inflection point. Swing low from 2017. I think it's more significant on the daily. It doesn't matter because you have just like this zone. It's this zone, and look at all the price action in this zone. It's just been bearish back test, bear flagging, and now rolling over. And it's like, yeah, there's some levels where it's reversed. You know, you've had some, sure. 47.40, they break that, man. I don't see why you don't go way freaking lower. Jeez. $41 after that. This is General Mills, man. Diversified food. Bear pull, bear flag. Going for the lowest weekly candle close since March of 2019. That will be confirmed as a, what, almost 7 year lows in 19 hours, 51 minutes. Oh, God. What kind of carnage did we run into here? Jeez. We're talking about the index funds about to make all-time highs again. What? But consumer staples. So what about Hamburger Helper? Are they owned by someone else now, or did they go private? Did SJM, well, that's Smuckers, did they own Hamburger Helper now? Velo. Roundup's bad for us, yeah, man. You do not ingest Roundup, bro. It's bad news. That's definitely advice, real advice. Hold me liable for not ingesting Roundup. Eagle Foods, if you're real, I hope you're real, man. Is it private, public? Eagle Foods. What's the ticker? A lot of eagles, but where's the food? Eagle Football Group. What? Eagle Football Group on the London Stock Exchange? Not very good. This is Eagle Football. G-Dog, you know what's going on here? Anyone in the UK? Who's this? Eagle Football Group. Yeah, I guess we don't. If you have a ticker for Eagle Foods, let me know. Wayne Batson's saying SJM. Okay, SJM owns Eagle Foods. Okay, we got to go there. Which that one had not been great. It's still terrible, and it has not ended since this shark pattern. Dude, this was I remember this was so awesome. It was so freaking amazing. And then all the distribution signatures, man. You talk about education. Talk about a massive W shape overshooting, hitting almost a 113. But it's more about like the run just continued from 2020 all the way to early 2023, right? And then they upthrust, they made an all-time high, and it's like, dude, we're gonna make it. SJM's gonna be the king of the world. Then the upthrust was confirmed. But then you started seeing the distribution come in, those lower highs. This is the data from when it was current. We got evidence of that. Then there was such a lack of demand on the continued distribution that they could not test that 156 old all-time high from 2016, and then another local lower high. And then you fell below the 200. And then you were breaking real levels that you had not been breaking, and then it collapsed on I don't even know, September 2023. I think that was when Asia was crashing. That was near the bottom. I think you had another month before the entire stock market rallied off its lows. Believe. No. September 2023. That was going into that was near the beginning of Bitcoin's big bull run, I believe. Anyway, different world here. And then, yeah, the bear trend just continued after. So really cool to see that. That's how you identify price action. That's how you save yourself money. If you're owning an asset and you see all that, you should know that there's someone offloading their position after a really nice, long, sustained, multi-year run. And then the sign of weaknesses came in. Signs of weakness, whatever, and now you're lowest high. Just the bear trend continues. Soon going to be testing 96.65. You give it enough time. So not looking great for Hamburger Helper, bros. Sorry. What a trend, man. What a nice downtrend. Beautiful. All right. Anyway, let's continue on. We got another request. It was from. Oh, sorry, One Up Kicks. He asked to not look at Ocean. Okay, I'm going to inverse look at Ocean. Okay, we didn't look at Ocean, okay? I'm sorry, dude. But for real, if you want to look at something, One Up Kicks, let me know. I'll certainly look at something. Just type in the chat, okay? What's your chicken? Thanks, Skin Dude. GTEC for 28 money. GTEC, GTech. Greenland Technologies Holding Corporation. Oh, man. We've been here. We've definitely been here. Remember that time we were talking about the index funds all like about to make all-time highs again, and we're in a situation where you're fiat purchasing power is literally crashing, and there's no chart that's going to actually show you that. Not really, because it would cause riots and people lose their minds. You know, our deficit $38 trillion. We're gonna, you know, our Fed's gonna print 1.5 trillion after they cut the interest rate 2-3 more times this year. And you got this asset just sitting at levels not seen. I mean, the same levels 2020. And you just have like, look, man, of course a rally could certainly occur here, but what's the context? The context is every time a rally occurs here, there is evidence on the top side that there are less market participants owning this asset. Evidence. Oh, and it's unstoppable evidence. It's like before seeing this major inflection zone, you put in the lowest highs in the history of this asset. So, of course, maybe a rally occurs here. Go with God. But I would be looking, like, flip the chart over. It's almost like they're just, right? It's a big old ascending triangle, and they're absorbing remaining supply. And once the supply is completely absorbed, huge price discovery breakout. I mean, of course, it could resolve the other way where this is exactly where someone could buy and they could long it. But if anything, dude, okay, 28 money, you say get out. So he maybe says get out. What if it holds, dude? You know what would happen? It would rally. It would probably hit the 200 moving average, make the lowest high in the history of this chart again, and roll over and retest, and then eventually break downward. You can only go down another $1.18, but yeah, it's ugly, man. There is no evidence of accumulation at all on this asset. That's the problem. None. In fact, there's literal evidence of distribution. So I would just steer clear, but you could take a shot, but you better effing... No, you wouldn't even take a shot. You know why? Because it has 188,000 volume. You do not have the volume needed. This is where you were highly susceptible to getting what is called the running stop, which just happened to all the levered crypto bros in crypto because it's a fraudulent market on Binance anyway. Like you will wake up with a tight stop at like 110, 115 or whatever. You'll wake up and your stop loss never triggered because there was no buyer there because there's no volume. And it's at 80 cents, the crazy bearish breakdown, it crashes. And no one was there. No one was going to buy your stuff. Your limit sell gets triggered, right? It's a stop loss. And nope, sorry, not enough volume. So get wrecked. I don't even care. Greenland Technologies, they should get, hey, it should be the 51st state, right? All right, path for Carl. Yeah, we talked about CZ. It's crime is legal. They're definitely doing, look, man, impartiality is important, man. And it's like, look, dude, what Trump's done and is doing for this country is absolutely insane. But also at the same time, like, you know, there's these things he's doing with crypto, manipulating the markets is very unscrupulous. And I think, you know, of course, like, hey, they're making money and making billions of dollars, but that's not right. That's not right what they're doing. So you can do the right thing in many different ways and also do the wrong thing. Like if you're ignoring the bad, right, that's the worst thing because this is our territory. This is our world we've been in for years, long before the Trumps cared about crypto. And just, you know, people getting rug pulled. We've been seeing it for so long. And it's like, wow, now the culprits of some really shady stuff are pardoning each other. And, yep. All right. Anyway, UPath up 2.73% today. Back test of 1367 would be amazing. Man, if we could get a back test, it would probably be a really good entry here. But yeah, maybe you have some structure. You have, so the difference between this one and the other one, GTEC, is you actually have maybe a little evidence of accumulation. You have a higher low than the lowest low. You have that spring, back test of spring, which is identified with the arrow. And you now have a higher high than previous interval swing highs. So you pull back in any capacity and pivot higher than 1044, it's another higher low. It's more evidence of more than before. So again, 1367 back test would be wonderful for risk management. Even if they lost that, went to $12, 12.20, it would still be a higher low. And then all of a sudden it might be an accumulation structure where you get, you even got something like this. It would be really symmetrical, and then it'd be 1, 2, 3, rule of 3. I mean, there could be great opportunity on path. So if you gave me one more valley or back test 1367, so it's good. Yeah, like they're trying to turn things around on this one. Better context, far greater than GTEC. But it's still in the basement. Let's see here. Palantir, Mr. Witz. It's been a high flyer. It still is, but this is right at the point where it could be over. Or it could be ready to just go to $200+. Like, psychologically, I could see it. You know, it looks like you're screwed. I mean, it literally looks like it's time to dump, but dude, that's why we have no expectations. It can look like the worst thing in the world. Like, really, what it is, man. It's that, right? It's up to, I mean, they created the all-time high, and then you rallied, and they just can't break it. They failed. But it's going. It hasn't really rolled over yet. It looks like a bearish bat pattern that could dud out. Like, in this market, how effed this market is, how crazy it is, the money printing, monetary debasement. Look at it. It's a freaking 886. They've completed the pattern. It's beautiful. It literally is gorgeous. Okay. But when follow through to the downside? So I guess if you wanted to own this, you better. I don't know if you want to own it below 171. To be real, that might be a range bottom they got put in. That might be just your cutoff, because below that level, chances are you're going to 150. But dude, high freaking fly. The time to care about Palantir was the dragon in April. Bitcoin had the dragon. Robinhood had the dragon. Yeah, up here it's iffy.
Can you take a look at ATT? Thanks.
It might be a coin flip. It might very well be a coin flip. Palantir just consolidates sideways, and then there's just not enough asks, and they just break this higher. And we're going to $200+, because big psychological level, $200. They might want to see that. So Golden Knight, dude, Central Florida hype. Yeah, we'll look at AT&T. Thank you, dude. All right, Palantir. We could be looking at a harmonic dud. We could also be looking at a top. Crazy market, man. Bearish patterns are just struggling. They're not even able to kick off, unless you have your hamburger helper. Okay. General Mills or Smokers. I hate that word. Saying the word Smokers just makes me want to vomit from cringe. I don't know why. ATT. Are you talking about AT&T? Because, or you want Alliance Technology? I'm confused here. I thought what happened to AT&T? Did it get delisted or something? It's only on one exchange, VIE. Huh? Oh, T. Do you want T or ATT? Let me know, dude, Golden Knight, what you mean for real. You know, we could look at T or we could look at ATT. I'll just wait for your answer, Golden Knight, in the chat. I'm reading chat. Just T. Okay, he wants T. Gotcha, I figured. It really turned things around, didn't it? And then it didn't. Oh my god. Well, it turned things around, then it was over. Oh my god. Been a while since I've been here, man. Yeah, they broke that. Man, they broke that level and it was over. Yeah, I think they took it up and buyers got exhausted. It was like a channel or kind of like that. But there was a lot of divergence. A little bit. Not so much. Maybe on the weekly there was a lot. But yeah, it's marking down. Today was a big old bearish engulfing candle, and it was the lowest daily candle close confirmed since February. I think you got some more downside. $23, a big inflection zone. Well, we go to the weekly, I guess, and so you can see it better. Goes back to... Shoot, dude, goes to like 1996, 97, 2003. I mean, you can even see price action 2008, swing low, 2015, 2018. That's your target. $23. Then we can reassess at that point. But after a long rally, you're marking down. Unfilled gap at like 2268. If you lose that level, way lower. Yeah, dude, I don't know about something like this. AT&T, no thanks, man. Correcting now. I mean, if you had 2023 all the way to September of this year, it's correcting, and the correction might take a while, and you got a little bit more downside. So just say hands off, and we'll reassess at $23, okay? Mr. Golden Knight, thank you, dude. Price to earnings of 8, nice. Well, they published fake news, so. All right, y'all. Well, I've been live now, hour 22 minutes. Just want to come by, say hi, and look at these. Just reassess what happened, right? The insanity of CZ getting pardoned, the buyers defending that one last level last night on Bitcoin. Altcoins still look like crap until further notice, until we get new data that contradicts that. I mean, it's like Bitcoin, it's okay until we lose 106. And then altcoins, for the most part, look like crap. That's where we are right now. So Bitcoin, all we did was yesterday, we survived. We're not out of the woods. I mean, we did have a nice daily bullish engulfing candle, and we recaptured some inflection points that are important. But there's way more work to be done. If anything, you wanted to take a shot, there's an entry in the Patreon Citadel, posted it. Risk management plan for maybe what's going on with the engulfing. If it's real, if it's a signal candle, add a key support zone. There's a lot of upside if it plays out. But we don't act like we know. We just know where to not own the asset, where the argument is no longer valid. So thank y'all so much for coming out. Rejoice in Bitcoin, altcoins. Too much work needs to be done, man. Okay. I'm going to show you one more time. It was the 60-minute where all the magic was, all the craziness. That 60-minute, it was dead, dude. It was over for Bitcoin. And they said, nay, you shall not pass. They Gandalf the crap out of this level. So that being said, thanks so much for coming out. Pray for this engulfing candle to catch fall through today. Good news is, really good news. I mean, this is such insane news on the daily RSI. Buyers recaptured the bullish, or they recaptured neutrality after falling into the threshold of the bearish control zone, and then they reconfirmed neutrality. They reconfirmed that, hey, we're not in the bearish control zone, and it's confirmed by testing that 40 threshold, and now higher RSI, still neutral. Need to get above 60 at some point for Moon, but that's really interesting development on the RSI on the daily. So, all right, thanks for likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Be sure to join the Discord. If you haven't, it's free to join. Educational resources, all the above. So I'll see y'all in there. That's where the conversation continues when this live stream ends. I ping general chat with really interesting stuff, like throughout the evening and the morning, the day, wherever something's happening. You might be notified, and it would add value to just information. Like, wow, you didn't know that. That's happening right now. Oh, okay. Well, that's why you want to be in the Discord. So I'll see y'all in there. Until next time, respect the T. A.
It's all about the rhythm. It's all about the rhythm. We don't play games no more. Smokes and mirrors. Just shades of creation. Take it to the next level. Look around you. Let yourself go. Let the groove take control. Keep moving. Keep it pumping.
My name is JP. I am a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
I have some evidence Manbear Pig could be in this area.
I don't know, sir.
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.